Hey everyone, thanks for taking a moment to watch this video. So real quick, couple updates on our barcoder label designer. It's just an embedded tool within our um, MRP system here, which is a manufacturing resource planning platform. The label builder actually is a standalone feature that, if you subscribe to it, you kind of don't have the rest of this, but you get to the label builders. It's just the label builder uh, functions, right? So real quick, we went ahead and added a few more capabilities here that we requested from folks that we interviewed, and I don't think we're going to do much after this, but this is a sort of a good piece here. So what we're looking at is a 3 by 3 um, label, and of course you can expand these to however you want. You can have grids on, grids off. Really doesn't matter. But the idea here is that we added some layering, so you can layer back and forth, send to the back, and send to the front, which is a little bit more like PowerPoint. You could also undo. Probably already knew that. When it comes to text, in the past, you'd have to actually update the text here on the lower right hand side, but now you can take care of the text right within the um, the tag itself. Um, QR codes, these are all compliant codes. So we have a whole list of different codes that you can use, which I think is pretty extraordinarily long. Some of these are maybe outdated, but nevertheless, these are compliant. And one of the more specific ones I look to all the time are the GS1 codes, EAN, GS1, and just one starting to take over for the SSC CC18. I've done that a couple times for a client, but the new barcode, GS1 barcode, is starting to take shape there. And this is, of course, with the action indicators and things like that. So important stuff. And of course, you have more text, right? Um, that said, uh, what I one of the capabilities we also came up with was download feature. So this is already saved, but I can download the JPEG SVG. So let's see if I download the FFG to one of these vector files, right? So when I download, I want to take a look at it. It is a true vector file, so it does not lose its uh, resolution. So which is really nice. So when you're doing these type of things and you're looking to get really good resolution, and maybe it's for to use in a different project or hand over to a for better uh, for better or worse to another printer. Um, yeah, so that's pretty good. You also notice that there's actually an option to download uh, to a ZPL file. So let's see what that looks like. If I download this, downloads to a ZPL file, and I can go to the file. I'm wondering if I can open it. So I'm going to go to my Zebra printer, and I'm going to go to Open Printer Tools, and it gives me not the one I want, but no, communication with printer. I think that's the one I want. I think I can open a file here. If I go to my downloads, I got that first file. It gives me the print function here. So I can go ahead and send that to the printer, and it'll print it off, and that's pretty good. So what does that mean? That just means that I can take these files and send them or store them in a printer. Um, as long as I have um, a printer set up on the network, I can go ahead and open and connect to that printer, right? So I think one of you had talked about connecting the printer to the label in the tool. And when I went through that route, one of the things I discovered is a lot of security constraints, particularly firewall. If you have this set up here, you can actually push to that label and store it on that label printer for the local folks to have access to. And so, of course, in their on their side, they can then capture that and apply it as needed. So that's kind of cool. What else did we have that we've added? Um, we've been testing the ability to add other icons here. So what we want to do is perhaps get into a situation where we can create different categories of elements. So this would be things like I know that there's a universal hazards elements that we could put in here as well. So there's some options that we can do. But for now, I think this is where we're going to be, and we're showcasing everyone. So if you have any interest in using this tool or feedback, let us know, and I'd be glad to answer any questions you have. Thanks a lot.